After watching last night game, Arsenal versus Sheffield, somebody suggested that if we give Pochettino's time, he will come and make us play like that. But I don't think so. Like, even if we compare Arteta's first season to Pochettino's first season at Chelsea, not first managerial season, you could see Arteta's first season, he won the FA Cup, and not just that, he finished position 8. We are currently at position 12 playing so poorly, and we have a new team. Arteta did not have a good team, I think, by then. I think he had a aging Aubameyang, Lacazette, and the other 8 players were all replaced because they were not so good. And if we check at how we have been playing, sometimes we usually complain that our players are not that good. Yesterday, we could see how Jorginho and how Havertz just played. You could see that they were lacking some manager to really bring the best from them. And that was on Lampard, that was on Potter, that was on even Tuchel to some extent. Pochettino has a problem. Pochettino stayed in Spurs for 5 years, and I could say that that was a long time for a team to realize how to play, to for a manager to create a team that he could depend on. But the best they did was losing the Premier League to Leicester, and again going to Champions League final where they were really, really, really trampled upon by Liverpool. Like, the guy, Pochettino is not a winner. I hate to say it. I can't compare him to Arteta. This Arteta's first managerial stint, and even as an assistant manager, he was a centurion. Like, he won double FAs, he won Premier League twice before moving to Arsenal. And in Arsenal, you could see like this season, he may even go ahead to win the Premier League. And it's not just about winning the Premier League, it's how this team is playing. I think Pochettino has a big problem, and that problem stems from himself. I don't know if he believes that he is able to win anything. I don't know if these games you could just see from Brentford game, and I talked about how he's always, as much as he's trying to protect players, that protection of players usually ends when the results start going against you and the people start claiming like, no, you need to be sacked. That's when you start saying like, oh, this players, but it's not about the players, it's always about the manager. Especially, I could say like this Chelsea as some of the biggest talents in world football right now. Like, as much as they're young, if you just take a good manager and they stay with these guys for 5 months, you could start seeing some aspect of tactical awareness, how people play, and you realize like, okay, they know what they're doing. You could say that probably sometimes we look like we know what and how and why we are doing some things, but just for some stint. The other thing is just we don't know if we want to win the game. We don't know if we have to manage the game. When we are in front, it's always the other team attacking us. When they score, now we try to attack them. It's like we are just flowing. There's no any person trying to manage this team on field, and the in-game management is quite poor. So again, I will say, as much as there is limited options for a new coach or a coach who is outside there available. I don't think, and I hate to agree, that Pochettino is the guy to make us play like this Arsenal. Pochettino, I don't think will ever be the guy. In Spurs, he had a perfect team. He had a midfield of Dembele and Wanyama. He had